everyone, welcome to Arts and Crafts Tuesdays with Livingston Parish Library. My name is Brooke. I'm the Youth Services Coordinator at Livingston Parish Library Main Branch. Today we are going to be doing math art. Even if you hate math, like me, you are going to love these little math projects. These activities are fun for all ages. Today we are going to be doing two activities. The first ones are called Spiro Laterals, and the second one is called Tessellations. So what you'll need for these activities is pretty simple. You will need some graph paper. You will need some scissors, some tape, possibly a ruler, some regular printer paper, and then some markers, crayons, or colored pencils. Oh, you'll also need some pencils or a pen. All right, so now that we have our supplies, let's go ahead and get started. Our first activity we're going to do are Spiro Laterals. So that's spiral, lateral. Put very simply, a spiral lateral is a structured spiral based on a series of commands. The simplest type of spiral lateral is a square, because a square is a structure with 4 turns in a 1-1-1 sequence. So to make a square spiral lateral, you go 1, 1, 1, 1. And then you've got a really simple spiral lateral. Another simple one is a rectangle. A rectangle would be 2, 1, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Depending on which way you put it. So to make your own spiral lateral, the first thing you need to do is decide on a sequence. For my sequence, I'm going to start with the number 2. And then I'm going to continuously add 4. So I'll just draw a number plus 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10, and so on. So in order for our sequence to work, we want all of our numbers to be single-digit numbers. So we're just going to start by writing our already single-digit numbers again. 2 and 6. When we get to our double-digit numbers, we're going to make them into single-digit numbers by just adding the 2 digits together. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 9, 4, 8, 3, 7, and then 8 plus 3 is 11. So we have 11, and then we're just going to add the 2 ones together. So then we're back to 2. And this is where our sequence begins to repeat. So this is where our sequence, this is the sequence that we'll be using to make our spiral lateral. So just to give you an example of how we're going to get started. So the first thing you're going to do, our first number is 2. So we're just going to go 2 blocks. 1, 2. And then to start the next part of the sequence, we're going to make a 90-degree right turn and go 6. So we're going to go 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to make another 90-degree turn and go 1 over 1. And then you're just going to keep doing that until you have a spiral lateral. And you'll know you're done when you either run out of space or when the spiral lateral ends where it began. So let's do this on our graph paper. So this is what the sequence should look like after you're finished. Once you're done with it, you can make it pretty. You can outline it in different colors, or you can color them in like I did. You can experiment with different sequences and different numbers, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and see what you get. So let's move on to our next activity. Our next activity is called tessellations. So this is an example of what we are going to make with tessellations. Each tessellation is going to be different. Your tessellation is not going to look like this. A tessellation is basically just a repeating pattern. So what you need for this one is you need 2 sheets of paper, pencil, a ruler, and some scissors. So the first thing we need to do is take one of our sheets of paper and measure out a 3 inch by 3 inch square. So and then we're just gonna cut that square out. Okay, so then we're gonna swap our cut paper for our blank piece of paper. And then our next step is to take our square, and you can just draw. We're going to start at the bottom of the square and just draw any kind of weird shape that you can think of. So I'm just going to do something, I don't know, like this. And then you're going to cut that shape out, but don't throw it away because we're going to use it. Okay, so place your square on the table the way it was facing you when you drew your little shape. So your cutout part should be facing toward you. And then you're going to take your little shape that you cut out, and then you're just going to bring it directly to the top, to where, above where your shape used to be. So if it's like this, you're going to bring it directly to the top. So it should be right above the cutout portion. And then you're just going to tape it into position. And then we're going to start on, you can choose to do on the left or the right side. It's up to you. And then you're going to draw another shape. So I'm going to draw a shape on the left side of my square. Just going to do like a triangle. And then we're going to repeat the process and cut that shape out. So do the same thing that you did with the other one and just bring it directly up to the other side across from the cutout, like so. And then tape it into place. So at this point, you should have an interesting looking shape to work with. This is what mine looks like. I'm not sure what it really looks like yet. So we're going to take our template and place it into the middle of the blank piece of paper. And then you're just going to trace around the template until you have traced the entire shape onto the blank piece of paper. So you should have an outline of your shape. So our next step is we're going to take our template again, and wherever it was on the piece of paper, you're gonna move it any direction and just line it up with the piece that was cut out before. So this little triangle piece, the cutout, should line up with the triangle piece on my piece of paper. And then we're just gonna keep tracing it, and we're gonna keep tracing it and moving it until we've covered the entire sheet of paper. Okay, and then by the time you're done, you should have a sheet of paper that's covered in an outline of your template. So then you can just turn it in all kinds of different directions and see what you think it looks like. I don't really think this one looks like anything, but like this one I thought looked like a shark, so I gave it some teeth and some gills and some eyes. But you can color it any way you want. You can color something like this and with different colors in a pattern to make it look pretty. So I hope you enjoyed our math art today. Remember that Livingston Parish Library has many databases and resources that are free to access for library card holders. All you have to do is go to mylpl.info and go to our databases. We have many databases that show you how to do crafts and DIY projects at home if you're interested in doing that. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week.